All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Fistful of Dice. My name is Matt. We are going to be doing a little Provokers pre-funk here. I'm just I have a free hour before the game, and to help combat those pre-game jitters, I'm going to do a little hangout here, maybe answer some questions, talk about hot and readies, the usual. I may be joined here shortly by some of the other Provokers. They all have lives, so they are doing other things today. I have been eating pizza and playing Heroes of the Storm all day, so that should kind of help you know what I've been up to today. I did prep a little bit for today's game. I've got about a half page of notes. The game itself is going to be happening at 5:30. That's in an hour exactly, and you can find the link to the game down in the description. So at 5:30, which is in an hour for me, click on that link and we're going to be going live over there. For now, I'm going to look at the comments and see if we have any questions here. So if you have questions or things you want me or any of the other Provokers to talk about, you can do so by posting down below in the comments. Looks like right now it's just a bunch of people saying they're excited. I am excited too. We didn't get to have a game last month because, as a lot of you know, we had a little bit of a family emergency. I had to take my fiance Tila to the emergency room. She's totally fine. Everything's good now, but it was just one of those things where it wasn't like a life or death type situation, but it was like okay, you're really sick and there's not anything I can do about it. We need to get you to the hospital, get you fluids, get you medicine, make sure you're okay, and all of that jazz. So she's doing tons better, totally over it now. She's actually out today gallivanting around Portland. So a lot of people have asked if she could appear in tonight's session, and no, she's not going to. But I'm not ruling it out. She may eventually. So let's see what we got here. So Mike the Piper says, here's a dumb question. There's no such thing as a dumb question, man. Does it ever make sense to fill out a character sheet for an NPC or a villain, or would short notes be enough? And it looks like Lumi Joe has already answered, saying major NPCs and major villains sometimes definitely deserve a character sheet or stat block dedicated to them. Notes are usually better if their impact is going to be either negligible or less complex. I think on average, stat 1 in every 5 NPCs I end up making, but that's just me. Yeah, that's dead on, Lumi Joe. Like, I have a stat block for like NPCs that I think the party might be fighting with or fighting alongside. Obviously, characters like the Corruptor and Kaldor, they need stat blocks because the party is going to be more sort of intricately involved with them and their mechanics rule-wise. But for the most part, I just kind of have basic notes about the NPC, and then if I need to have them make a roll for whatever reason, I'll just kind of add a +1 or a +2 depending on how good I think they are. What I do sometimes is I boil down the stats to physical and mental, and I'll give them like, this guy has a +1 mental and a +2 physical because he's like, a laborer, or a -1 mental and a +2 physical or something like that. And then I'll just add that +1 or +2 as necessary. And it looks like we are being joined by my personal favorite provoker, Juice, aka Brasswick Feeblehammer. What's going on, man?
Not much. Oh, I guess we're live. Oh, wow.
We are live. Yeah, I've been stalling here for about 3.5 minutes, but
Wow. I didn't expect to be live right away. That's cool.
yeah. But I'm glad you're dressed completely and you didn't just show up just
I did
nude.
take my belt off, so if I stand up, my pants might fall down.
It's time for the Provokers. Time to take my belt off.
Right? Uh,
Yeah, we had someone asked a question about statting NPCs, and I was just saying, like, I usually don't have stat blocks for everybody, but if there's somebody that's super important that I know you guys are gonna fight or something, I'll make sure I pick out a stat block for him or whatever. But
yeah, I'm the same way. I'll put a name down. Actually, I don't even put a name down usually.
yeah,
I have a chart of names I do
mm-hmm.
based on race and gender. And then when the players come up to a merchant or whatever, I'll just say, oh, you're talking to this merchant. If the name comes up, then I just pull it from my list.
Right. No, that's perfect. I think a list of names is one of the best tools that a DM can have, actually, because that's what catches you up is when the players go, what's their name? Like, I mean, you were doing that last session, Juice, where it was like, what's this guy's name? And it was like, Billy. His name is Billy the Dwarf. name is Carlos. I don't know, dude.
Juan Pablo.
Juan Pablo, the dwarf of Stonerift. Oh man.
Yeah, I never do that to people either. I don't know why. I was just left and right every time you introduce someone. Oh, what's his name?
No, it's good. It keeps me on my toes. Oh man, provokers are dropping out of the woodwork all over the place.
What's
hey
up?
Tim, hey Bart.
Hey guys.
So it looks like Tim's actually broadcasting
phone.
live from his shirt. It looks like.
Yeah.
He's called an embedded provoker.
This is Tim Carney on
I had the
location.
Hangout app on my phone, and I
Oh,
thought,
nice.
oh, I'll do that real quick because I'm just getting to James's house to use his fast internet. So.
Oh, there you go. Tim, I actually have that Loki shirt.
Ooh.
Tim.
Oh, Tim.
It
Really,
was-
Tim? Really?
It's got to.
I guess it's better it happens here instead of in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and then Barker's rocking the fistful shirt. I love it. I
Damn
love
straight.
it.
Damn, Skippy.
I'm dressed
Man.
professional for this game.
I always dress my finest for the Provokers games. No, I'm wearing my usual gaming uniform of basketball shorts and a t-shirt right now. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mike the Piper said, because I showed my page of prep for today's session, and he said, you only need half a page of prep? Wow, I have pages of prep. And how I respond to that, Mike, is this campaign is at the point totally on autopilot. Like, these guys are doing 80% of the work, and I just kind of go, yes, or no, but, or, whatever. I just kind of follow their lead, and I have my ideas in mind, and I just kind of put those ideas in when they organically make sense. So,
For sure.
not a whole lot of prep necessary.
Every campaign that I've ever run always reaches that point. We were talking about it earlier, Matt, where it reaches the point where it becomes its own living organism, and it starts writing itself, and you need less and less prep time, and sometimes it takes up to session 6 for that to kick in. With the Ursuline game, honestly, it started happening at like session 2 or 3, like 2.5. It's the best feeling ever. I love it.
It really is. It really is. And I've been feeling like that for a while with this campaign, but in particular, like the bigger ideas of the campaign, like how I envision the campaign going, which is of course completely malleable and up to changing and stuff, but where I see it going, all of these individual elements and pieces that I had in my head, I was telling these guys earlier, I had a bit of an epiphany last night. I had one of those like bolt out of bed, write it down moments. I have a little notebook and a pen next to these moments. And I bolted out of bed and I wrote this down and I went back to sleep. And then this morning I took those notes out and I was typing some stuff up and everything just went like everything was just well oiled, just sliding in together, and it was like the campaign makes sense. Got it. Perfect. And we're at session 6 now happened. So for your DMs out there, don't kill yourself over trying to be like, well, where is it going to end? Or, where's the beginning, middle, and end to this thing? It can be a growing sort of living process. So
I never know the ending of my campaign. I can't name my campaigns. It's always a no-named campaign for me.
I don't think you should know the ending to the campaign. I think doing that would takes something away from the players and their agency. Yeah. Like, I think it's totally okay to have like some idea. Everybody has ideas in their head of where they see the campaign going, but it's easy enough to work with the direction that the players choose, I feel.
Yeah. I agree. It's just kind of funny because when you read like the Dungeon Master Guide, it tells you to think about what's the campaign about, and I feel like it's just so hard to say until you see what the players are playing like, and it's
really
so difficult.
What the campaign's going to be about until, I would think like 2 or 3 sessions in is when you go, okay, we're gaining traction now. I've got an idea of what the players enjoy doing, and what direction they want to take it, stuff like that. So
right.
And in this campaign in particular, I envisioned it as a one-shot. So that was one of those situations where I had to take something that was a contained sort of story and think, how can I make this a big, grand thing? So, which Bart too with one-shots before. All right, let's see if we have more questions.
Anybody having issues with sound?
Nope.
Yeah,
With what? With sound?
Yeah.
I'm not, but
It might just be me.
Do I sound okay?
Yeah, no, every once in a while it'll be great, and then it'll just dip into it sounds like a dip in quality. Like Matt, for example, it'll sound like you're not using your Blue Yeti mic anymore. It'll sound like you're using straight from the computer or something. But which
weird.
I know it's not the case because it's not happening for Juice, so it's definitely
right. Okay.
I should probably
Because I have a better
restart my modem.
microphone than him. I spent a whopping $10 on my Logitech.
Oh,
$10.
I'd pay a whole
well
$10.
Oh man.
I kid. I wish I had a Blue Yeti.
Dice Roller Josh asks, what tips would you give to a DM who wants to run a one-on-one session? Oh, and I just realized Josh Facebook like 3 days ago that I never answered. Sorry, Josh. It's been kind of a crazy weekend.
Don't do it with your significant other. Oh, wait.
You don't think you should do a one-on-one with your significant other?
Are we talking about gaming?
Yeah, we're talking about gaming.
Okay. Yeah.
What? What else? What else are we talking
We're
about?
talking about a lot of different things there, buddy.
It absolutely depends on your significant other.
Absolutely. Well, and it depends on how comfortable they are gaming and how comfortable they are taking the reins of a campaign, because with a one-on-one, it's just one player. They don't have a party to turn to help and stuff like that. So,
what was the question? Sorry.
Tips for running a one-on-one session. DM one player.
Oh, yeah, I don't have any tips for it. I've only done it a few times, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. Usually, I think it's a lot of fun, and you just run it the same way. Just make it about the player.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I feel like it. I talk about this a little bit in my Zakesh video, but important to have collaboration be an important aspect early on as you're building the world and building the adventure, because it's like you're only taking one player's preferences into account, and so there's no reason why you shouldn't be like, what do you want to play? Like, what kind of items do you want to encounter? What sort of monsters do you want to fight? What sort of adventures do you want to have? And totally tailor it to the player and the kind of stuff you want to run too as a dungeon master. So
right. Yeah, I agree.
Let's see what else we got. Boop, 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 boop. Big Daddy Zelos. Hey, Provokers, question. What do you think about the fact that people in Europe stay after 3 a.m. to watch you play? I think that is awesome, and I also think that is crazy, because I don't know if I would stay awake until 3 a.m. D&D.
I would not. I would not be staying up that late for anybody's game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't even stay awake through a midnight release of a movie anymore, man.
I know. Sometimes I get tired running this game at 4:30 or whatever, so I can't imagine staying up at 3 a.m. and doing it. But yeah, Natural 20 Games. Instead of planning an ending to the campaign, have goals for your NPCs. That drives the story for me. Yep, that is dead on. Always remember that people, not plot. Kevin Remersma? Hooray! Just completed a one-shot with my home group to discover that the Provokers have yet to start. Huzzah! Huzzah to you too, sir.
Huzzah as well. Huzzah. Can we just talk about something?
Barker? Yeah, let's talk about it.
Oh, this is an IPA.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what I'm not drinking: Sriracha, because I can't do it. I cannot consume any more Sriracha because acid reflux disease. Because I'm at the peak old age of 28, and so my sleep apnea and acid reflux, and I'm telling you, man.
Barker, it's not nice. Are you 28?
I'm 28.
Damn it! I thought you were older than me.
I think Nate or Tim might be the oldest Provoker.
I think Nate's like closet 50.
Yeah.
Nate is older than me. I know that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Nate is here. We got all the Provoke. Well, Tim's kind of here. He showed up for 3 seconds and then he left. So.
Oh yeah.
But
he had to get his logo up on our screens.
He's like, all right, I gotta get that ad space.
Gotta get that ad space. What I was gonna say is we need. How can we be doing any sort of Hangout live without mentioning that bomb-ass Star Wars trailer?
Oh man, that Star Wars trailer,
dude! I've seen it. I've probably seen it like maybe 127 times, and that's including. I've started watching fan reaction videos. Because the only thing better than watching the Star Wars trailer is watching other people watch the Star Wars trailer.
Yes,
I only watched it once.
Oh, Juice, you gotta watch it again, man. You're not a guy though, right, Juice?
I like Star Wars. I wouldn't say I'm like a fanboy though.
Right.
It's a newer thing because when I grew up, I actually did not like Star Wars. I found it boring when I was a kid.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
Weird.
now
That's the opposite of usual.
Yeah, I know. The last 4 or 5 years, when Spike TV used to run marathons of it, I'd sit there and watch the marathons. Mm-hmm. And so I enjoy it. But I don't know all the lore or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm 9 years behind on the expanded universe, so I'm glad that it's non-canon now. But
I know. I was really hoping they would non-canonize episodes 1, 2, and 3.
I know. Barker,
they've redone Batman like 90 fucking times. Can't you just redo Star Wars once? Like that's it.
Machete order though.
Oh,
have you noticed that they are moving away from referencing or doing anything with the prequels whatsoever? Like Fantasy Flight Games has the license to Star Wars, and they have done nothing with any prequel material. Like it's all A New Hope era stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Have you seen the movie Fanboys?
Yes.
Oh my god, I love that movie. I love that movie like crazy. And my favorite part is at the end where they're about to watch it and they say, "So what if it sucks?" Where they're about to watch episode 1.
Yeah.
What if it sucks? And then it just ends. The movie's over.
Oh man,
that's awesome.
I liked the prequels when I was a kid. When I was.
I liked the prequels when I was a kid too, but
because they were badass and fun, and then I grew up and realized that they were kind of like a loogie in the face of all the fans.
Well, it's like you're like, man, there's so many lightsabers and so many flips, and they're just doing all this crazy stuff, and then as an adult you go, there's so many lightsabers and so many flips, and they're just doing so much stuff. It's just too much.
What are you talking about? There wasn't enough. Yeah, I was so disappointed with Darth Maul.
Darth Maul, I thought was badass at the time, and
until I saw the movie.
Oh my gosh!
And they used him in all the marketing and stuff. Like he was the face of Episode 1, and it was just so striking, and it was like nothing we'd ever seen in Star Wars before. Yeah. But I appreciate the fact that I don't know if you guys have watched the Clone Wars show. But Darth Maul doesn't die. Like, that's canon. He doesn't die in Episode 1. He comes back with robot legs, and it's badass. Like, they do it big in the Clone Wars, man. They really do. Speaking of doing it big, Mr. Tim Carney is here. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I was trying to join on my phone, and I couldn't hear anyone but Barker.
Oh, well,
I don't know.
Really all
I can hear you, so it's okay.
Oh, you could...
No, you were really quiet on your phone.
Oh, now you're muted.
Couldn't hear you.
Yeah, how's my volume, guys? Am I sounding loud enough?
You're sounding good, Nate.
Oh, you know what's funny? I think I'm still in the chat from my phone because there's 2 of me in there.
Yeah,
I can't hear you.
It works, man.
I can't hear you.
Bad space.
Do you guys remember that time that Juice just muted all of us? Just like...
I
tick, 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 tick.
I was like, and then did you get booted like 5 minutes later?
Yeah, I think that was during the Brigade Con
closing ceremonies.
Yeah, the closing ceremonies.
Yeah.
Which actually someone messaged me and asked what the deal with the Hot and Ready's thing is, and I was like, wait, and then I had to think about it, and I realized that that's when it started, because I couldn't remember where it had originated, and then I remember saying that we could get 20 Hot and Ready's with the $1,000 that we raised.
Right.
That's where it all started, was that, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. And now it's a roll up and die thing too. Like we talk about Hot and Ready's constantly on Roll Up and Die. So
you're welcome.
As you.
Like most good things in life, Juice started it.
That's true. But now I'm cheating on the Hot and Ready.
Oh, I know. I had Pizza Hut.
I had pizza. It was not Little Caesars. I got that Pizza Hut, that big cookie pizza that they have.
Oh,
I ate
man.
a shameful amount of that by myself.
Oh, man.
So that's good,
I'm a
then.
sucker for dessert pizzas, man.
Dude, I know dessert pizzas are so good.
Yeah. I had Domino's on Friday, and I'm trying thin crust. I grew up and I never liked thin crust pizzas before.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted thick, doughy, bready, And now I've come around on the thin crust for sure, but I haven't tried a lot of like the mainstream pizza places thin crusts.
Yeah.
So this is something I'm trying to fix. So I tried Domino's, and it was decent. It was kind of nice and flaky. Yep.
My
I
wife
like,
tonight got a thin crust from
I
Domino's.
like thin crust pizza. I like it a lot, and I actually like Papa Murphy's has the thin crust pizza that's really good if you cook it right. If you have to take it off of the paper tray and let it cook just off the paper. Otherwise, it's like really floppy, and you want it kind of a little bit more crackery.
It gets soggy.
Yeah, totally. I like it crisp.
Yeah. When I
Yeah,
used to work
me
in
too.
pizza, we used to take a thin crust. You just put a bunch of cheese on it, slap another thin crust on top of it, and then make it like a normal pizza. Oh, it's freaking
juice!
awesome.
That's not a normal.
Amazing.
No, that was when I worked at Cottage Inn in high school. It was
That
so
totally
good.
helps with the structural integrity of the pizza.
Yeah, dude. It was
You were a
so
pizza
good.
architect, Juice.
You're right. I worked in pizza from the time my dad used to work in pizza. He owned a pizza store. And yeah, so he owned a Marco's Pizza. And so we used to experiment with like eggs and all sorts of different things on pizza.
Man.
Always. Before it was like the cool thing to do, or at least before I knew it places that did that.
Put it
I used to work at a bakery, and we did pizzas, and so we would mess around with that stuff a lot too. And I got really good at tossing dough. I think I still got it.
Oh yeah.
That's really
You never
fun.
lose it, Nate. You never lose it.
Our ceilings in our house, though, are too low.
Oh, so
I
you can't
definitely like to like hit the dang it! I just at the bakery we had nice high ceilings.
That ceiling fan really got fucked up after I was trying.
Ceiling fan is so gross; it's got dust all over it.
Just throws the pizza crust across the room. That's amazing.
I just remember you guys just reminded me of something that I used to do when I was a tiny little kid, because we used to go to this pizza place. Can't even remember what it was called. It's closed now. But when I would go there, I think I was like 5 or 6 years old, and this waiter used to bring me back into the kitchen and give me like towels.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would like wet towels in rags, and we'd throw them up in the air for like 30 minutes at a time, man. And that was a blast. I recommend it.
Yeah.
Your parents just let you run off with the waiter?
Yeah, that was back in the day when people weren't terrified of everything.
Yeah.
Nowadays, my parents would have been arrested.
Right.
They'd be in jail right now.
You know what? We had, I think it was here, there was a family that got in trouble for letting their 10-year-old and 7-year-old walk home from a park. Like,
Yeah.
They had, they had their kids taken away. It was they had been warned one time, and then the second time they had their kids taken away.
How far away was this park from their house?
I don't know. I just remember my wife telling me about it, and I was like, "Oh,
I think that's messed up." Like, people know their kids, and if you're a decent parent, you know if your kids are responsible enough to walk home from the park or not. I mean, especially, come on.
Yeah, it's like, whatever.
I would disappear for hours. My parents wouldn't know where I was, and then I'd go back up home. So.
Absolutely.
My dad used to take me to the park at night and make me walk home. And
That explains a lot.
That was an asshole thing to do. No.
Oh man. So, what are questions?
Hey, there's your token dislike.
There it is. I wonder who that is. So I'll just say this. I'll say this. If you ban someone, they can still dislike your videos. The more you know.
oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
How'd you find that out?
What's that?
How'd you find that out?
I did a little sleuthing. Did a little Googling and found out, and then was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, all right.
So basically, they
Either
just
that or
can't
it's-
comment on your videos.
Yeah, they can't comment on my videos, and they can't. I don't know if they can see my comments, but they can see my videos, and they can like and dislike my videos. But whatever, it's not a big deal.
No, it's not. Questions.
Questions. Shoot, I was going to say something.
So if you are blocked by him, go and dislike all his videos.
Yeah, exactly. If you were blocked by a fistful of dice, please dislike all of my videos.
I think
then go and dislike all of mine.
That's the moral thing to do, to be honest. I feel like that's the right thing to do.
It's the only thing to do, in my opinion.
Logical.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we're doing a little Provokers pre-funking here. We're just kind of shooting the shit a little bit before the game, which is starting in about a half hour here. But the 7 is down below in the description, so after we're all done here, just click on that link and you'll shoot right on over to session 7, and we'll be going live there at 5:30 Pacific Daylight Time. All right, questions.
Robbie Douglas has a good one.
Robbie Douglas.
Near the
Where are you
top,
at?
If you sort them by newest first.
Yeah, so far, Provokers, you guys have had tons of awesome moments. From the first Corruptor encounter to the brawl between the dwarves, what are your favorite moments thus far in the series? It's a tough one. I don't know. What do you guys think? What are your favorite Provoker moments?
Oh, man, I can think of 2 right off the top of my head. One is Durgan with his dad. That was awesome.
Yes.
And that was so, I mean, it was so spontaneous, you know, like I don't think Tim had or you had much of an idea how that would go, and just it was it was awesome.
It was. It was.
And the other one is the like the little funeral pyre where I think Dice sang and maybe Durgan sang. I don't remember what happened. And Brasswick said a prayer, and that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's easy to pick like the big action scenes and like the more like bombastic moments, like Dice doing the jump off of the tower down during the Battle of Demeter, or, you know, things like that. But for me, it's like those little quiet moments in between, you know, the big bombastic action scenes where, you know, it's things like Brasswick meeting the orphan in Stone Rift, and like Eridon talking to Dagrim about his sister, and yeah, there's just so many awesome little quiet moments, you know what I mean, that I really kind of thrive off of as a dungeon man. What about you, Barker?
I have a couple. When Eridon and Dice were like SWAT teaming the tower.
Yes.
I loved that. That was a blast. And like Dice was putting people to sleep, and Eridon's cutting throats, and we're just like, yeah, that was rad. And like there wasn't any. Awesome. I don't think we rolled dice. I don't think we rolled any dice. Maybe I did for the sleep spell.
Yeah, there was very little dice rolling going on. You guys were just like seriously just wasting those guys. Yeah.
I think my other favorite is, again, one of those quiet moments when I first realized, like, this group is going to be awesome. Because the first session of a campaign is always really tough, I think, because all the players have to, you know, go through the awkward, yeah, hi, you want me to buy you a drink or something? But Juice just, like, jumped in and was like, Eridon, let's have a drink. Why are you drinking ale? I thought elves always had wine. And I was like, this rules. Yeah. Because it's like, awesome. Oh, man. That was great.
Yeah, that was... I remember that moment, too, because it was one of those, like... I like, just eternally grateful to Juice for just getting past that first little, like, hurdle where it's like, okay, how do I get everybody to be together? And Juice is just like, everyone, over to my table! Everybody drink over here! It's like, dude...
Come drink with me, brothers!
Yeah, it was perfect.
It really is.
Oh, yeah.
Tim, we're talking about our favorite Provokers moments. What are yours, man?
I think that it's definitely the Durgan Brasswick stuff.
Yeah?
Every once in a while, there's just this really cool, like when we were fighting Migrog, or no, it wasn't even, I think it was in Demeter, where we were basically kind of trying to outdo each other and falling down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just that stuff, the way it's this playful yet competitive yet brotherly thing. Especially the last one with the fist fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I love that stuff because it's never really forced. Like, we don't try to squeeze it in there, but it always works its way in there.
Exactly. Right. It happens very organically.
Right. So that I would say that was it, like the Brasswick Durgan stuff.
My favorite Tim moment is when he did the... And then the
I see what you're doing.
I have to say that I'm still not really used to him actually like seeing him and like him coming through fairly clear. Like I'm like, oh wow,
he's an actual person.
He's a person. It's like I remember we got a comment on like the very first episode where it was like, I'm 2 hours in and I just realized there's another dwarf in the party. Like because Tim's thing was just the tabletop terrors thing.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
All right, we got more questions.
I want to say too, I love the fact that we break all the the RPG rules. Like we've split the party, we've beat each other up. Like we've done all that stuff that you're not supposed to do, and it's been awesome.
Yeah. So. I know in the last 3 sessions alone we've had party splitting and PvP, like just and we just roll with it, man, and it's so much fun. So Mike the Piper has a good question. What are you guys most looking forward to? I'm gonna throw it over to you guys again.
I am looking forward to this never ending. How about that?
I thought you were gonna be snarky juice and say, I'm looking forward to when this thing is finally over. Like, I need my Sundays back, man.
No, it's not football season yet. We're good.
All right, cool. I got a few more months then.
Right.
Hey, when football season comes around, I have to make sure I do all my homework on Saturday because I have no time on Sunday.
What about the rest of you guys? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to Shade Veil. If we do that, I'm also looking forward to Erdon's backstory because I feel like Erdon is arguably the most intriguing character in the party because you know him, but you don't know him.
Right.
Well, we might just be getting some of that tonight there, Barker. So.
Oh, really? I better write something down here. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, Nate, I meant to tell you.
Snap.
Oh, I figured out my backstory.
Hold on, guys. I gotta go.
Drops.
What about you, Tim? What are you most looking forward to in this campaign?
I'm looking forward to facing the Corruptor when we are level like 10 or something. I don't know what your plans are, but I'm looking forward to a more just an epic battle. Like we fought him one-on-one, and that was probably the scariest D&D fight I've ever been a part of. I really didn't know how it was going to go, and I know you're the kind of DM that can kill us. So I thought, I've just been thinking recently, you know what especially made me think of it? I'm not sure what we were talking about. We were talking about where we get our ideas. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned where and how you got your idea for the Corruptor.
Yeah.
And I thought, I wonder what that idea is. I wonder what seed was in your head to make this whole thing unfold. And I want to find out, but I want to find out with my foot on his neck.
That reminds me. That's what I'm looking forward to. When this is all completed, when this story arc finishes, like just having a session like this where I can pick your brain, where we can all ask you questions like which fictional character inspired this person, or where did you get the idea for this?
Yeah, I am really looking like I'm in this weird position where I'm like, man, I cannot wait to get to all of this stuff that I think is going to happen, or all of this, like, I mean, you guys just straight up don't even know who the Corruptor is, and I'm just like, I'm so excited for them to find out, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to get there too fast, I don't want it to, but I can't wait to get to that point where where we can actually talk about, like, how the campaign came to fruition, and like how it's really coherent and put together, and it's just not at all put together or coherent. And how I'm just kind of like, woo, just like sliding down the toboggan with you guys. But I think that'll be a fun conversation to have for sure.
Okay, I have a serious thing I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to doing the voice commentary over the DVD for the actual movie.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the action figures.
Oh, man.
Oh, dude, those would be awesome.
Wow.
I want the miniatures.
I I was gonna make a joke that we need to have, like, you know how reality shows have the reunion show where like they have the finale and then they have the episode right after where everyone gets together and they like answer questions and stuff. I feel like we're gonna have like the Provokers reunion show where it's like this campaign's over, now let's talk about it. And like
Erdogan needed to drink before every single episode, man.
His womanizing was getting out of control by the end.
And Juice is way too picky about his trailer.
You're right.
Nate, what are you looking forward to, man?
Oh man, I think I'm looking forward to Shadeville because it's like where Erdogan is from, and I don't know how that's gonna go. Or I mean, yeah,
I don't either.
And then I'm looking forward to the possibility of Dice being reunited with his daughter. I'm interested to see what happens there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that there's so many awesome like elements to the campaign from you guys that I want to, as much as possible, have those things come up. And I feel like I got a big check right here next to Durgan, because I'm like, all right, work through a lot of Durgan's issues. We got to get through the rest of these guys too. Because like, you know, Durgan kind of made amends with Dagram. He got to see his dad and come to peace with that. And then there's the whole thing about one of his kings being a traitor and dying, but we'll deal with that as it comes up. But
that's in the margin.
Thing. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I am. I can't say too much, but
what are you looking forward to? Huh?
I'm looking forward to when the Corruptor takes off his helmet and it's Dice from the future. That's what I'm looking forward to. I love the theory that the Corruptor is somehow evil Dice from the future. Like Dice turns to the dark side and goes back in time to be the Corruptor. I love that.
Wait, I'm waiting for the plot twist where he takes his helmet off and everyone's expecting Dice and it's really Brasswick.
Brasswick on still. No, it's Brasswick on top of Durgan's shoulders. It's just like, oh no!
No, see, it's definitely Dice from the future, and when the Provokers 2 comes out, it's Dice but liquid metal version.
Liquid metal Dice. I love it.
Otherwise, instead of ice, it's just water.
I love it. All right, we got time for a few more comments here before we gotta get questions.
Before we gotta hit the dressing rooms.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go powder our noses.
Oh, I just did that.
Isn't that? Yeah, we don't want anyone to think we do cocaine or anything.
No.
Wait, we don't? Oh, shoot. Too late for that.
Too late for that, he says.
I powdered my nose 5 times tonight already.
The cocaine or these Monster Rehab Arnold Palmers.
I love those.
Dude, half and half lemonade. There's no carbonation, so you can just kill it.
Yeah.
Dude, wait, that's it. Arnold Palmer Monster?
Yes, dude.
Yes.
Oh no, my life is over.
Right?
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Do it.
You're gonna hit 40 years old and have no more teeth.
No, look.
Lemonade in it like an Arnold Palmer?
Can you see that? 10 calories.
Oh, dude, holy crap. Thanks a lot,
man.
Tim.
10 calories, and it has a bunch of extra vitamins and stuff in it.
Well, I'm going to be slamming those this week.
Healthier than like a sweet, sugary green Monster.
Yeah, I was going to say, I always
I'm
heard
not a
that
fan.
Monsters...
I'm not a fan of like sugary drinks. I can't get in them.
Yeah, I always heard Monsters destroy your bad.
Yeah, your teeth. But here's the thing I'm thinking is that so many people drink them that, you know, when I'm 40 and I have no teeth, like 60% of the population of America will also be without teeth, so it'll be like, whatever.
Also, it'll be the future and we'll have robot teeth, so it won't be a big deal.
Robot.
We'll have eye teeth.
We'll have Ex Machina teeth.
Eye teeth.
Eye teeth. I like it.
You got your app.
Plug in and download our nutrients.
Man, there's a lot of good questions. I'm going to go ahead and do top comments and see if there's any that have got bumped up.
Yeah, for sure.
Nope, there isn't. Okay. I'm gonna let you know what. How many of you have the comments open?
I do.
Barker, I'm gonna let you pick a question.
Okay.
Because I'm the type of DM that gives player agency.
Well, first is a comment, and then I'll get to a question. It's hard choosing between the Provokers and Game of Thrones. It's tearing me apart.
That's pretty easy. I would choose the Provokers.
Provokers. What's wrong?
What did he say? Sorry, I missed
It's hard choosing between the Provokes and Game of Thrones.
TiVo.
Yep. All you do, you just. Well, I don't even need to watch Game of Thrones this weekend, so because I already.
Okay, so here's an actual.
Yo on demand.
What is?
What's up? What is
this throne game you're talking about?
I watch it on Mondays.
I haven't seen that board game. Okay, there's two here, and I like this one. What do you think about the fan response to the Provokers? And the reason I'm picking this one is because I really want to say we think a lot about it, and like it's really humbling and flooring to see so many people like give us fan art and tell us like that we're doing a great job or that they have advice for us but the one thing I would like to say is that like there's nothing that we're doing that you can't do. Absolutely nothing. So what you should do is you should get some friends together that you have good chemistry with and start your own Provokers. You might choose a different name because that's a copyright patent pending. Juice Unlimited LTD. But I'm serious. Like, there's nothing that we're doing that you can't take off and do right now.
Yeah, we get a lot of comments on a lot of people saying that, like, I mean, people literally say like, oh, this is the best, like, on the internet and blah blah blah, and it's like, it is really great to hear that stuff, and it, like Barker said, it's incredibly humbling, and it makes me feel good about what we're doing here and that we're getting people inspired and bringing people to the hobby. But like Barker said, there is no reason that you cannot do exactly what we're doing right here. If you get the right group of people together and you have fun be your top priority, you can have this happen. Absolutely. Like, there's no reason why you can't. So.
And J.J. Abrams said something really cool during the Star Wars Celebration panel. They took questions in from online and from the lines outside, and someone asked, what advice do you have for someone who wants to get into making movies? Mm-hmm. And basically he said that he lived in a time where there wasn't a camera in everybody's pocket, and now there is. And he said, so just get up and do it. And I think that the person who wrote in, I can't remember his name, but J.J. Abrams said the coolest thing for someone like J.J. Abrams to say. He said, I can't wait to see your movies. Yeah. And so I can't wait to watch your games live on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah, there's no reason why you shouldn't be gaming with even if you don't have people around you that want to game with you. We have the internet now. You can game around the world at any time. It's amazing. So.
And since no one's gonna say it, I'll say it. We do this in the one-shot group all the time. So
absolutely.
Tabletop RPG one-shot group.
Yes, go to the Tabletop RPG one-shot group. That is a, I run games over there sometimes. Juice runs games. Nate has run a game over there. Barker,
I watch games.
You're planning on running a game over there at some point.
Been thinking about it. Yep.
Now,
that's kind of what the one-shot group does best, man. If you want to play games, go play games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think any of us anticipate, like, this was set up as a one-shot, like we've said over and over again. Yeah. None of us anticipated that, one, we'd have the chemistry we have, and two, that we'd have all of these great moments, and that this would become a campaign. This was supposed to be a one-shot,
man.
Exactly. We didn't plan this at all. Yeah.
Yep.
It was about halfway through session 1. I was like, "Whoa, okay, all right. I really like playing with these guys. This is going really well, and I'm really enjoying it." So, I didn't mean to be the Nick Fury to this Avengers team, but I am, and I accept the role humbly.
Provokers, assemble!
I want to say something about the Tabletop RPG one-shot group.
Do it.
The thing, we had somebody reach out to us and email us at tabletopterror@gmail.com. And their big thing was, hey, I want to do what you guys are doing, but I can't find a gaming group. And I asked him, I said, well, have you tried the one-shot group? And the reason why I say that is because don't just go there thinking, oh, I'll join a one-shot. Through a series of one-shots, you're going to find a group of people who share your sensibilities. You'll find people that have the same tastes, the same ideas, and so on. And from there, you can have more focused games. We found lightning in a bottle because all of us have very similar sensibilities, tastes, and styles. But you can work your way through that without any fear of having to commit through a series of one-shots. But as you do it, if the first one isn't awesome, so what? Do another one, and eventually what you're going to do is you'll find a group of 2 or 3 guys, and that's how you can find your provokers. So you might not find that lightning in a bottle right away, but don't quit if it's not magic right away.
Yeah, and I think that we found each other. I mean, well, Matt knew about each of us through our YouTube channels. So he kind of knew, like, okay, these guys aren't insane. And they're
socially awkward.
I assumed
normal.
He found us all in eHarmony.
So, but I think
don't tell them about our eHarmony accounts. Jeez.
Oh, man.
And they're learning everything about us tonight.
Through the one-shot group, though, you can, you can watch a lot of games too before you even play. So you can find players just by watching live games. Like, this guy seems like a cool player. I'm going to invite him. Or, it's nice to have some newcomers too, because you never know. You might find some awesome people.
Exactly.
Who are totally new to it as well.
One of the cool things we did early on in the one-shot group, in some of the games I've played and ran, we do it like once we go off the air in the one-shot group, we usually stay and talk, and sometimes we'll invite more people in, and you can really quickly, I would say within an hour of talking to someone in a chat, you can tell if you have chemistry. Like, at least to the point where you'll have similar interest in gaming. And so you might play in a game, and maybe there's one player that overshadows everyone else, so you don't get a good chance to see how good everybody is. Well, afterwards, when you guys are just chatting, you might realize that 2 of the guys who never got to say anything would actually be a good fit for you. And so maybe the next game you play, you invite them. Like, hey, do you guys want to play a quick little game? And then there's your lightning.
Yeah,
lightning in a bottle.
Exactly. With all of those people, even if they're people that you might not want to play with again, I mean, all that does is improve your skills as a player, as a dungeon master. It gives you a more well-rounded tabletop RPG perspective, and so it can only help. There's no way that it can hurt gaming with lots of different people and trying different games, that stuff. So,
and sometimes if you're
go
new
ahead,
at
Tim, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Barker. I was just going to say something.
No, go ahead.
If you're new, you might not know what you like, but you'll usually immediately know what you don't like.
Yeah.
So just don't be afraid to jump in and go, well, I'm so new, I don't know. Am I doing it right, and so on? It's just human nature. You go, I don't want to do that. I don't like what that guy just did. I'm never going to do that. So you can also form your opinions by, hey, you don't have to know what you think is cool yet. Let it kind of just come.
Exactly.
And I'll shut up.
Exactly.
Barker.
I was just going to say that I'm having some audio issues and lag issues on my end.
I am too.
Okay, cool. I think what I'm going to do is restart my modem because my Mac is updating OS right now, and so I think that's eating a lot of the Wi-Fi. So I'm just going to restart my modem and make sure that everything else in my house is disconnected from wireless internet. Make sure my wife is not streaming True Blood or anything like that, and then I can't wait to come back and provoke.
Yeah, we're actually gonna end this little here, and we're gonna shoot on over to the actual game session because we're about T-10 until the session starts. So Barker, go ahead and go do that. Everybody who's watching this, there is a link in the description of this video that will take you to session 7. We are gonna be over there live in about 10 minutes, so please click on that link and go over there. Session 7 is starting here very shortly. All right, that's gonna be it from us, guys. We'll see you in a little bit.